coming. It's kind of an up and down game with myself. I'm trying to catch my own, how I feel, right now. I'm excited, that we had a chance to win the game, that we won the game in the fourth quarter, that we made some big stops at the end, made some big plays on offense at the end. It obviously wasn't a clean game. It's not really the way we want to play all the time, but I was proud of those guys for showing some resolve and showing that they could battle to the end of the game. I think our team recognized early on that this, you guys won't probably believe it, but I felt like these were a really good football team coming in. One's a really good player, two's a really good player, 24 is a really good player for them, and we knew they could score points. So we got off to a hot start again, and then kind of hit that lull where it wasn't clean, turned the ball over. But I'm proud of our guys for fighting down to the very end, and just happy we were able to run the football. It wasn't always clean. We had some, maybe some longer runs that should have been where he got caught from behind. But for us to have 200 yards of, it says 200 yards of offense, I think that's a big day for us. So for right now, so happy to make that happen. A couple good plays along the way. Guys made a lot of plays. And the one thing I'll say is, I told our team this. It's really fun to be in that locker room and have Muhammad Wilkerson and Jaquan Jarrett come to the games, and Steve Maneri, those guys who played with us. Sheldon Morris and Steve Conjure, all the guys that played years ago that are out there before the game in the rain. All these great Temple Owls that came back, and we wanted to make sure we played the way that they could respect. And I don't know if we did all the time cleanly, but I thought we played hard and physical and we fought. So hopefully all the former players that were here appreciate the fact that we're fighting and found a way to win another game. So with that, I'll see if you guys have any questions.
Matt, Coach Satterfield said that he didn't want it to be running back by committee this week, and John Thomas had a big game. What did you see out of him on the field today?
Well, it broke the early ones. Wanted to keep feeding it to him. He got hurt on the kickoff return. So we fumbled the first return again, just trying to. So we put him in. He got hurt. He fumbled, so he was down a while. And so once he was cleared to go back in, they were able to get him going again. But we've known in practice that Jihad can do something. He's got great change of great direction, great quickness. He's just kind of growing in the position. But I thought it was a real spark at the second half of UConn when we put him in, and obviously the start today and there at the end. Really nice job by him. And then Jamie Gilmore, I thought, did a great job fulfilling his role, catching the football and going over 100 yards receiving.
And on that last touchdown, Fitzpatrick made a nice block, and Thomas gets in. Can you just expand a little bit on that play?
I'm sorry, I'm a little brain dead right now. The last touchdown.
Screen pass.
Thank you very much. Okay. We just felt like we wanted to get in a better field goal range, and I'd have to see it. I'm watching the offensive line. It's a screen. They'd done a good job. We ran it once before of kind of hugging the back and playing a man-to-man. So I thought, the line there, McGowan and Kyle Friend got the man-to-man guy off. Looked like there was a great block down the side. I guess you're saying that was Jalen, and it was great run by Jihad. Those guys are starting to come in their own. Starting to feel themselves, feel a little bit more confident, and hopefully they'll keep getting better.
Where have you seen Jihad's game grow?
How long does it take for him to get comfortable making the transition from DB Jihad to running back?
Well, I think it was probably hard for him because he was really a running back, right? We took him as a running back, and just really with our depth last year at corner, we had to play him at corner. But he's got a natural feel for how to run the football, and he's tough, and he's got great change of direction. So even at Dell State, he made a couple really nice runs. He said two or three of his best runs have been called back because of penalties. But we knew when he got in the open field. But for him to hit some things and run, and I don't want to leave unturned. I thought our offensive line did a tremendous job in the run game today, even early on, hitting those things. And they made a decision on defense to come down and take away the run game and play their safeties, which is why we had so many big, deep plays over the top. So they were going to play us a certain way because Jihad and the old line got us started.
Where have you seen Jihad's game grow the most impressive?
I'm sorry, I'm not good at this yet.
The defense came up with a couple big stops after the fumble and the kickoff, and then obviously the goal line stand there at the end of the first half. Let's talk about their play.
Yeah, I thought the defense, they reacted. I mean, we knew that they would be a good team. And I thought they did a really nice job. I mean, we were not solid in the run defense. I mean, they give up over 100 yards, and they just kind of, we found some creases that we really couldn't take away. So, but I thought we showed resolve. We didn't give up, other than a couple gimmicky plays, we didn't, get a ball over our heads. They hit some balls, and we had to rally to them. But I thought they showed mental toughness there at the goal line. Another 4th and 1 I think we had, and then at the end of the game, I made the decision to go for it. As soon as we didn't get it, I wish I would have punted it, But we'd already had one block, so I figured, let's try to win the game right here, and had a lot of confidence in the defense that they would go make that play at the end. So.
Is it getting to the point now where you're comfortable having Jihad as a feature back, and where have you seen his game grow through practice this year?
I don't know, just because he did the one thing, that you're not supposed to do. He fumbled the football, right? So he still has to continue to go. And the great thing we have is we have competition, and so Jamie Gilmore, I thought he had a couple long runs. I don't know how many yards rushing Jamie had. He had 45, he had a 32-yard rush, a 32-yard run, which for us this year we haven't had a 32-yard run. So I'm excited about that, and then the 2 long plays in the pass game. So those guys are ready, and then just telling you when David Hood's time comes, he's going to be really good too. So I feel good about the depth. Just continue to improve.
In games prior, there were a couple of big runs, but when going back and watching some of the film, did you feel like this running game was bound to break out, just a missed tackle away from having a big day?
Well, I just felt like the offensive line, like I said, I just felt like they had to open a couple more holes, and I just felt like we were a step or two away, and a lot of credit to them. Like I've said, and you probably get tired of me saying, but like Shabazz Ahmed, he was a defensive end for us last year. He's playing left guard, Division I football right now, and so he's coming. But I love him. He's going to be so good, and we ran for 200 yards today, and we only had 5 guys out there. We only played 5 linemen. Leon Johnson got hurt in practice, and those guys played the whole game. Dion went down. He played the whole game. So just felt like the offensive line's growing together and getting some cohesiveness, and I thought some of that showed today.
Yeah. See something on film where you thought you could get that fake field goal?
Yeah, we planned to run the fake field goal. We thought if we had it in the right situation, and then I thought that was a touchdown to Ramon. But we went with it. Connor Riley's as much of a competitor, and we figured like if it was not there, he'll find a way to get it. So I thought 2 big 4th down conversions down in the low red zone to win that game. I mean that fake field was a 4th down play, and then the 4th and 1 where PJ hit Kenny Harper on the rollout. So 2 big 4th down conversions where it's fun when the defense it's 4th and 1. I'm thinking about kicking it, and Avery Williams is out there and Tavon are screaming at me to go for it. And I'm not going to react to them. But it's the confidence in the defense that they're getting better and better and better as the game goes on. It's the first time we've seen that kind of offense, that spread fast offense, and there were some lulls, but I thought at the end.
You had in the first half that momentum swing from getting the stop at the 5-yard line and then scoring before halftime, so 14 points swing. How big was that?
Yeah, we're just trying to get the offense to realize that when they don't turn the ball over and when they don't have silly penalties, we're only stopping ourselves right now, right? I mean, we're not going out there and going 3 and out when we're a ton of times when we're not getting a false start. How many false starts do we have today? It's just getting in our rhythm. So I thought that was a good opportunity for us to get in rhythm. And a credit to Tulsa, they came right back at the beginning of the half and they went right down the field and scored. So I think just our guys understanding, man. Even if we're on the 1-yard line, we're going to be aggressive. And I'll say, Marcus Satterfield called. He says, "Can I get in the gun here?" I said, "Yeah, I guess." And the first play was a shot, didn't get it, and then ran the ball out and threw the ball and pass interference and threw the ball again, over the top of their head. So I thought it was really aggressive play calling, and we want our kids to feel that we have to be confident.
You guys learned a lot about games last year in the 4th quarter that you kind of let get away. What do you say about the resiliency and the growth of your team coming from 24-21 down in the 4th quarter to scoring 14 unanswered at point?
Yeah, I want them to understand that the first 3 quarters are there to set up the 4th quarter, and so we're going to try to play a certain style of football and get better as the game goes on. So when things are going bad, or you start losing some momentum, just to relax and keep playing. There was one point where we had a chance to score at the end, and we had to delay a game. It was my fault, and I just turned around to everybody and said, "Relax, it's my fault." And then next thing you know, Jihad scores. So just them understanding, man, just keep playing, and if you keep playing at a high level, then eventually you win the game. Hopefully.
Prior to that 4th and 1 conversion late, you had sent Austin onto the field for a field goal. Time ran down. You called him out. What was the thought process? Because it looked like you were going to kick it.
I thought about kicking it at first, to be quite honest. And I knew I was going to let it run down and take a timeout. I wanted to try to squeeze all the air out of the half. And I really didn't want him to rush. Sometimes Connor's on the headsets with us. He needs to go get his helmet. And so sometimes you go to kick a field goal. He has. I don't want him to be rushed, especially if you missed the one previous. And so we wanted to give him an opportunity to get out there, and then I knew I was going to go for it. I just left him out there so that they would be drawing up the field goal block and all that, as opposed to talking about what we were going to do on defense. And we put Kenny out there, and I don't want Kenny Harper to be lost in the mix. He went out there and made a big play for us on 4th down to extend the drive. But I was originally going to go for it, and I just said, our defense, I feel like we're going to stop if we don't get it.
How's it feel to come out of the bye week at 4? How's it feel to pick up a win after the bye?
It feels good for right now. I just know, today's really for us. It's a Monday because we play Houston on Friday night. So, I think, I go right into, literally I'll work. Our staff will work tonight on Houston. So, I'm excited when they win. I'm excited for the players, but I'm always, looking ahead, and I'm proud of them. The most important thing I'm proud of is this: it wasn't clean, but they kept playing. Like the Navy game, it wasn't clean, and we started coming to the locker room, and guys were like, "Let's go," and throwing helmets and all that. Throwing a helmet doesn't do anything for you, right? At the end of the day, why are you losing? You're losing because you're just not executing. And so we settled down and we went out and made plays. And they made a lot of plays too. I told their kids at the end of the game, I believe that's a young team over there. That's a great, really good coach, and they're going to win games because that one and that two, they gave us all we can handle. But I thought for it to end the way it did on defense, I thought maybe Wells picked that ball off. I'm proud of our guys.
Just two more, please.
Talk about Alex Wells' return.
I didn't see how he played, Will, but it was good because Will got hurt and Alex was out there, and I thought he made some plays on the ball, and at the end of the end, that kid had that ball. That was going to be an onside kick, and 36 seconds left, and he went up there and took the ball away. So Alex has really good ball skills, and watched the tape. He looked like he was healthy afterwards. Colin Thompson went out there and played for us today for the first extended time. Wells played extended. Keith Kirkwood, who transferred in from Hawaii, who literally, guys, was the scout team receiver all week and was doing the non-travel, red shirt lift at 6 a.m. on Friday. The NCAA called and Friday afternoon said he was now eligible, so he played a couple plays. So, it was kind of fun to have some of those kids out there, but it was good to have Wells back.
How did they make this decision? Because he played last year, right? Did you just get like a hardship?
It was a hardship, and a lot of credit. I have to give a lot. I think the NCAA obviously, I don't know what a lot of talked about, whatnot, but they looked at it and gave him that opportunity, and a lot of credit to Norm Chow and his staff because they supported. He had some family things, and tells you what kind of man Norm Chow and Hawaii are. They supported his waiver to play this year, and he's a fantastic kid. Great stories.
Matt, what is the difference with PJ in the second half being able to go time? He did it against Connecticut. He did it really well today. And it's like he struggled with it in the first half.
Yeah, I thought, and credit to him, though, I thought at the end of the first half he hit a couple. We went down there, we had that early score, and I thought we looked like we were in rhythm. I think the biggest issue right now is just in drop back, in the first half. We didn't really hit the things we needed to hit on third down. And a lot of them, we got a couple pass interference calls. So, it's, you might not be completing the pass, but you get the first down, but it doesn't feel like you're in rhythm, And so, but I thought he just kept competing. He threw that. It was a great. The guy was wide open and just threw a bad ball. The kid picked the one ball off, but I can live with those interceptions. I hate the throw up punts, but I thought he competed. I was proud of him. I thought he just all the way down to the end of the 4th and 1.
Did he re-injure the ankle? Is it back
A little bit, that's twice now, guys, that we haven't converted on a cute quarterback sneak. So Navy and then this game, so we'll have to go back and look at that. But he played right through it, so he's growing up, which is good.
Matt, do you see Kirkland's role expanding?
I don't know yet. I mean, honest, it sounds so funny, but honest to goodness, he was out there like flipping tires and pushing prowlers on Friday, and he was in the game today. I mean, it's just it's just how life kind of sometimes hits you. I mean, he was ineligible, and then now he's eligible, so he looks like a really good player from what I've seen, and he's smart enough that he was able to go in the game and play after being their receiver all week. So I'm excited about him. He's a really good kid. So. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.